It's another calm autumn's day. I've just taken a short trip into Constable country. This is very close to home for me, maybe 5 to 10 miles. So it really is on my doorstep. I don't come that often, probably because it is so close. But anyone in the UK will probably recognise this spot. This is where John Constable painted the Hay Wain, and behind me is Flatford Mill. So I've just come here today just to take an autumn photo. There's not a lot of light, but there is a nice reflection in the water below the mill there, so I should be able to get a decent shot here. Yeah, I like the reflection below the mill there. And this is the scene where the Hay Wain was painted. Hasn't changed much in all those years. You can just see a swan in the river there. Yeah, it's a nice autumn scene, very calm. So I've got a nice reflection there. It's a shame there's no lights. It would be nice to have some lights coming in. But I may do what I have today. I can always come back another day because it is so close to home for me. Yeah, it just started to get a little busier there. Just as I arrived, a coach load turned up with suitcases. So I'm not sure where they were going. I imagine there must be someone to stay here. But yeah, so they were milling around. Yeah, so I did get some photos. Hopefully, I've got some nice compositions there. I did find that when the sun did break through the clouds there, it was kind of behind the scene there, so I was looking into the sun there, so that made it very difficult to expose. So I did actually have the best conditions before, whilst it was cloudy overhead. That was much easier to expose. Even though the light was soft and kind of dull, it was just easier to deal with the scene there. But I know I can see the sun, it does arc to the right away from the river there, so I think towards sunset that may work really well with the light coming from the right side, the opposite side to the house. So I may come back another day and try and get a sunset. I think that would be a really nice shot. But yeah, that reflections of the trees really does work. I did see a swan down the end of the river there, so I did get my long lens out, and hopefully I got a couple of nice shots there, just focused in on the swan with the trees either side, partially in shadow. So I think that could make it a really nice shot. But I just having a stroll. The surrounding fields here, there's some very autumnal oak trees. Hopefully I'll be able to isolate one against the background. Yeah, there's not a lot of light, but at least it's easier to expose. Yeah, it's very overcast, it's kind of hazy. The sun is trying to break through, but it's not quite making it, so. Alright, let's have an explore, see what I can do here. It's a wonderful place to visit this if you do live nearby. A lot of history here. Obviously with John Constable living in the area and his famous paintings. Yeah, I got a few photos of the looking across to the old buildings from the river there, and a few of the surrounding area. But yeah, I think another one to visit when the weather conditions are a bit better. Yeah, I could do some sort of late evening light. I think that would be really nice. The light coming across from the far side of the river, illuminating the buildings. But certainly worth exploring here on a fresh autumn day. Well, that's quite tasty parsnip and apple soup I had for lunch there. Unusual combination, but yeah, it worked. It was nice, very autumnal. Followed by a nice cup of tea, a nice British cup of tea. Yeah, that was a good trip there. I enjoyed that. Yeah, there's a lot of history here, as I mentioned, and yeah, it's good to actually see the location where John Constable painted the Hay Wain, and it really hasn't changed that much, really. The old mill is still there, pretty much as it was all those years ago.